glasses are so dirty. Hey guys, we're back here at Highland High School alongside Matt Tedinko. I'm Jeff Griffith. We saw a interesting first half of football here between the Highland Hawks and the Mountain Pointe Pride. The score, uncommon for Highland. They're down 27-7 at the half. So we saw a consistent running attack from Mountain Pointe, a couple mistakes for the Highland offense. What have been some of the keys to you, Matt?
The keys for Mountain Pointe is that they're controlling most of the possession time, and they're showing the Highland defense various looks, passing attack, running. The quarterback can take the ball and make a play. And I think the Highland defense is just on their feet and on their heels all night long, trying to figure out and dissect, Mountain Pointe's offense. They really haven't got a big stop. And, a few of the penalties have helped, I'd say, slow down the tempo. But, Mountain Pointe picks the tempo right back up.
Yeah, for sure. Just to recap, for those who maybe didn't see, just tuned in. So we started off, Mountain Pointe had a quick 80-yard touchdown drive. Very first play on offense for Highland was a fumble by Caleb Herbert. Mountain Pointe capitalized on that. Next thing you know, they're at 14-0. The Hawks responded to make it 14-7, but from there, we really saw that rushing attack start to open up. Mountain Pointe has two great running backs. You've seen them on the field, Sanders and McKinney. They've been using both of them out of the split back formations at a shotgun, and it's been confounding the Highland defense because they don't know who's coming. They don't know they're getting space outside, inside. When you can't stop one aspect of the run, all of them are harder to stop. Yes. And you're seeing that now.
And on that passing game.
And that leads to, that consistent run play leads to this time of possession that you're saying. It leads to this slow, methodic drives that really killed the any opportunity for Highland to build up momentum. Because at the end of the day, we don't have the ball. You can't get the momentum back after fumbling early in the game.
And the thing is, Highland, they have very much depth, and there are ways that they can attack on offense. And so does Mountain Pointe. And Mountain Pointe's just outshining right now. But I think Highland's offense can, they're going to come out strong right now. They're going to be determined to win, get back into this game, tie it up, and then take the lead. But Mountain Pointe's not going to let their foot off the gas. I think they have a lot of confidence, especially knowing the fact that they need to tie up their record for this season, and I think we're about to see a great second half.
Yeah, definitely. So before we wrap up, it's 27-7 Mountain Pointe. What are your keys for Highland to get back in this game?
Highland needs to get a stop. I think maybe a switch up in formation to get the offensive run game for Mountain Pointe to slow down and make them pass a little more, even though their passing game can be strong. I think on offense they need to hold their blocks as well and give Herbert some time to get the ball downfield to Crandall, as well as let Collimore get open down the field.
Absolutely. Well, that'll do it for our halftime show. We'll be back in a few minutes, about 3-5 minutes left in the half. We'll see you later for some more Hawks football.
Mexican food? In-N-Out. Steak. Sweet pork. Breakfast burritos.
I'll have to go with like chicken wings.
Probably like steak or chicken.
Chicken Alfredo.
Hamburgers.
Waffles.
Pizza.
Italian.
Kale. Caesar wrap. Pizza.
Sweet pork.
Kit Kats.
Pizza.
Flapjacks. Chipotle.
Whatever I can find first.
In-N-Out. Mexican.
Pizza. Chipotle.
Chicken.
Anything and everything.
Pizza. Pizza. Barbecue pork chops.
Brownies.
Cheeseburgers. Pizza. Steak.
Pizza. Chicken wings.
Pizza.
Cheeseburgers. Hamburgers.
Chicken. Mexican.
Chipotle. Pizza. Chick-fil-A.
Brisket. Cold cereal. Pasta. Mexican food.
Chicken Alfredo.
Chicken tacos.
Pizza.
Fried rattlesnake. Hot dogs. Pizza.
Pizza.
My favorite sports movie is Little Giants.
The Blind Side.
Talladega Nights.
Probably remember the Titans.
Benchwarmers. Talladega Nights.
The Longest Yard.
Blindside. When the Game Stands Tall.
The Rookie.
Rudy.
Happy Gilmore.
Blindside.
Kung Fu Panda 3.
Little Giants. Remember the Titans.
Blindside. The Longest Yard.
The Waterboy.
Remember the Titans.
Happy Gilmore. Benchwarmers.
The Benchwarmers.
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
Blindside.
The Blindside.
Rudy.
Remember the Titans.
Happy Gilmore. When the Game Stands Tall.
The Longest Yard.
Remember the Titans.
Gridiron Game. Friday Night Lights.
Remember the Titans.
Probably the Longest Yard. Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
Waterboy.
Remember the Titans?
The Blind Side.
Talladega Nights.
Remember the Titans.
A Waterboy.
Remember the Titans.
Rudy. The Blind Side.
Waterboy. Longest Yard.
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. Remember the Titans.
Miracle. Longest Yard. Newport Beach.
Lake Powell.
The 250, baby. Antarctica.
Lake Powell.
The Bahamas.
Mill Ave. Newport Beach, California.
San Francisco.
New York City. Hawaii. San Diego.
Hawaii. Cedar Point.
Mesa, Arizona. Mexico.
Lake Powell.
Newport Beach, California.
Nebraska.
Lake Powell.
The Morena Trench.
The 504, the Brew, baby, the hometown.
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Pine Top. Mexico.
New York City.
Home.
Mexico.
Puerto Penasco. Hawaii.
Newport Beach.
New York City. Oahu in Hawaii.
Carlsbad, California.
San Diego, California.
Bora Bora.
Hawaii. Costa Rica.
Hawaii.
California. California.
California.
California. California.
California. California. California. California.
California.
California.
California. California.
California.
California.
California.
And we're back here at Highland High School. Matt Tydinko alongside me. I'm Jeff Griffith for the second half of Highland Hawks football against the Mountain Pointe Pride. As we've said, it is 27-7 in favor of the Pride. After here at halftime, we had a performance by the Highland Band, very impressive. Their program titled "I Am." We've just now had wrapping up a tribute to Marquise Cooper and a very. And as we're seeing now on the field, it's a tribute to Cooper, who played at Highland, played in the NFL.
But most of all, his kindness and his undying ability to be a friend. Last year's first Marquise Cooper Scholarship recipient was Trey Davis. Trey is here to tell us what that scholarship means to him. Trey Davis.
A little bit on Marquise Cooper. Last year, in memory of Marquise Cooper and his legacy as one of the greatest players to have played at Highland, a scholarship was created in Marquise's name by one of his closest friends, Jesse Hopkins. The scholarship embodies the characteristics of Marquise's hard work, dedication, and discipline as a player, but most of all, his kindness and his undying ability to be a friend. Last year's first Marquise Cooper scholarship recipient was Trey Davis. And today at halftime, Trey speaking here on the field about what the scholarship meant to him, as you can see there. The clock is winding down on the halftime festivities.
This year, because of another private donation, the Highland football program is able to continue this wonderful scholarship program and give another Marquise Cooper scholarship to a worthy senior football player. We would like to introduce our honored guests, Mrs. Donna Cooper, mother of Marquise Cooper, Mr. Chaz Schillens, and Mr. Will Shaw, both who are Highland football alumni and former NFL players, who will be presenting this year's Marquise Cooper Scholarship. This year's recipient embodies all of who Marquise was as a person, as an athlete. He's been playing football since he was 5 years old. He helps coach and rep youth football. He has over 200 hours of community service. But most of all, he is a team player and a good friend to everyone. This year's Marquise Cooper Scholarship goes to Ryan Martinez. Let's hear it for Ryan Martinez. Congratulations, Ryan. And once again, thank you all so much for being a supportive group. Hawks family is like no other in the world. Go Hawks. Thank you to the Woody family, the Cooper family, and to our Hawk Nation. Have a wonderful second half, and let's get loud and proud for the Hawks. Thank you.
Congratulations.
winning the Marquise Cooper Scholarship in its second year. Ryan is a cornerback and strong safety. He's 6'2". He's a senior. Wears number 20. So congratulations to Ryan for winning the award. But now ceremonies are over. We had a great ceremony for in tribute to Marcus Cooper. We had a nice video made by our producer Bella Cisneros, which she knocked out of the park as she always does. Bella does a lot for this program and kicks butt. But now, back to the football. It's looking like we've got about 2 seconds left on the clock for halftime. So, Matt, thoughts? Second half?
First of all, before we get to that, an awesome moment to always see athletes and students and get these scholarships to continue their education past high school. And, it's always bright to see that happening. But when it comes to football, man, I'm excited for the second half. I'm excited to see how Highland gets back on their feet and gets back into this game because there's some fighters, but so is Mountain Pointe. And they're,
sure,
like I said, they're not going to take the foot off the pedal. They're going to try their hardest to drive Highland into the ground, considering the fact they're trying to tie up the record and put down a 6-0 team.
Yeah, for sure. That 6-0 record is on the line as we start the second half. It's Mountain Pointe 27, Highland 7. The Hawks will have the ball first. We'll see if they can capitalize. Here comes Ben Abercrombie's kick from the 40. It's high, and it's short once again, taken by what looks like Tanner Crandall at the 18-yard line. He's going to throw it to the other side of the field. It's Cullimore, and that gets him maybe an extra 10 yards or so to at the 32-yard line. So a little trickery, emulative of some NFL we've seen in the past.
Oh, yeah.
But it gets him a couple extra yards. 8 seconds are off the clock, and we're going to start here with Highland at the 32-yard line. So we saw a lot of shotgun. The offense never really put together a long, sustained drive after that first touchdown. We'll see if they can find some open weapons here. I mean, they were unable to communicate and connect on some of those timing routes off the sidelines.
Absolutely.
They couldn't really get the running game going. We'll see if they do anything here. They got trips right, shotgun for Herbert. He's got a man to his right. It looks like Cullimore. It is Cullimore. It's a pass out on the screen to what looks like Tanner Crandall. And he's going to gain just shy of the first down to the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8.
They look confident coming out of the half.
Yeah, it's a good start for sure. 8 yards, that's about as well as you can ask for a first play of a second half drive. We'll see if they build on that here and get moving down the field. It's going to be shotgun again. It's Herbert and Cullimore, that pair in the backfield. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side, facing looks like a 4-3 look for Mountain Pointe. They get him to jump, but they stay back on side. And it's not going to be offside because he didn't snap the ball. Nobody entered the neutral zone. Shotgun for Herbert.
Mountain Pointe stacking the box.
Hands off to Cullimore. Gets to the outside. He's got some space. Bulls through one of the tackleables, and Cullimore gets to midfield. Big first down. Much needed to get this drive started early in the second quarter and get some momentum, some forward movement. That's Cullimore getting the Hawks into Mountain Pointe territory for what has to be no more than the third time, probably the second time tonight, if I'm not
absolutely.
mistaken.
Getting the ball in Cullimore's hands is important this second half, because he is very dangerous when he has that ball.
For sure. Shotgun here for Herbert. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. 2 tight end set. High snap, takes the handoff to Cullimore, and he going to go for another 4 yards or so. Struggles to go down. Actually, it's going to be a 3-yard gain, sitting up 2nd and 7, just over midfield.
Mountain Pointe quick to get to the ball. Good gang tackling. Let's see what Highland can do.
Cullimore coming off the field. Now it looks like he was replaced by Dayton Huffman in the backfield. Shotgun again for Herbert. 3 to the left.
Do not sleep on Huffman.
No, for sure. Slant route. That's Crandall. He's got the first down. Very quick timing route. They saw the loose coverage there in the slot. Crandall made a nice cut. And that's an easy 7-8 yard gain for the first down to about the 41-yard line of Mountain Pointe. So a nice read there by Caleb Herbert to find the open Crandall on the slant route. And he's pretty good with those routes, those quick timing routes.
Oh, absolutely. He knows how to place a ball, especially in tight windows. And Crandall being the threat he is at that slot position, he's heating up.
Shotgun here. Looks like 2 to the left. Fakes handoff. Now he's going to bootleg out to his right. He's looking downfield. Now he's going to have to scramble. Makes a man miss and gains maybe a yard. Gets tackled from behind by what looked like number 44 of Mountain Pointe, and that is Anthony Diedrich, a little on him. He's got 4 college offers, including San Diego State, Northern Arizona, South Dakota State, and New Mexico State. So 1 FBS program out of those 4. Not bad at all. One of 2 players on Mountain Pointe's 2019 class with Division I looks. Shotgun here, which trips left for the Hawks. It's still Dayton Huffman in the backfield. Little bubble screen.
There he is again.
Crandall cuts inside, gets hit hard from behind, picks up about 3 yards inside the 40 to the 38, bringing up a critical 3rd and 7. So you get some momentum there on offense. You get moving down the field. This is a key 3rd and 7 to keep that rolling. If you can get stopped here, that balloon just pops, and everything you built up
Absolutely.
goes away.
Especially with how fluid this drive has been, probably their most the entire game. So let's see what they do on 3rd and long.
2 to left, 1 to the right. Shotgun here for Caleb Herbert. Looking at a 4-2-5, stacked box, looking like a 5-man rush. They bring 6, gets a man up the middle, but he finds a man. Quick route over the middle to Connor Cullimore, a slant route for the first down. He loses the ball at the end of the play, gets it back, and Highland is in business inside the red zone.
There's that man, Connor Cullimore.
There is that man, Matt. Connor Cullimore gets a big gain there. They needed it. Gets about 25 yards to the 15. Highland in business. Shotgun coming up again. 1 tight end, 3 receivers, and a running back in the backfield. And that looks like it is Cullimore once again. Shotgun for Herbert. Fakes the snap. Fakes it again. Now looks to the sideline for his cues. Runs up to the safety.
Mountain
Calling out
Pointe's
audibles.
defense staying poised.
Sets back up in shotgun. Looking around. Takes a snap. Fakes the handoff. It's an RPO. He's got a wide open man over the middle. That is number 87, Kyle Hester, the tight end. He's a senior, and he is in the end zone for a first Highland score of the second half. A big one that they needed. He'll make it 27-13. Austin McNamara on the kick and make it 27-14 here after the play. That's a big one. Capping off a huge drive. Just over 4 minutes off the clock, and they needed that bad, Matt.
I think they found what they need to do this second half to get back into this game. Those short passes, quick down the field, quick to make Mountain Pointe's defense miss.
That was a great play-action fake. They got him to bite. McNamara makes the kick. It's 27-14, and that got Hester open, wide open in the middle. Easy floater pass over the line of scrimmage. Can't drop any better than that first drive.
He knows how to release off that line. He's quick. He's deceitful on his speed. He's a physical player.
Absolutely.
I love a team that can, utilize their tight end efficiently.
Definitely.
A tight end that can block, release, catch, everything.
And they do it well with him.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be a 4-minute, 2-second drive, setting up Highland now down 27-14. The cap by Hester makes it 27-14 in favor of the Pride. Now the Pride get a chance to answer. We'll see if Highland can stop that very effective Mountain Pointe running game from the first half. Austin McNamara, has had touchbacks on all of his 3 kickoffs tonight, as well as his 1 punt. We'll see if he goes 4 for 4 here, or 5 for 5.
Also 2 for 2 on those extra points.
That's correct. McNamara kicks. That's a line drive, a little low, way through the end zone, just shy of another field goal. And that's going to make it Mountain Pointe ball at the 20. So 7:58 to go. Ball at the 20. Highland trailing 27-14 with, as we said, that undefeated record on the line.
I believe this defense is well rested and ready to go and change things.
For sure. This will be a key first set of downs. If they can develop that run game again, that's bad news for Highland. But if they can get a stop here, they're back in this game.
Looks like they're sticking to their 4-3.
That's going to be, it's a fumble. Miscommunication there on the handoff, and Cooper Holman is in the end zone with a sack and a fumble and a touchdown.
Jeff, Highland is back in this.
Highland is back in this game.
That is the stop they needed.
That is the spark they needed. A scoop and score for Cooper Holman, number 9, the linebacker. He's got the Hawks back in this game in a blink of an eye. It took about 4 minutes and 9 seconds for 21 points to go up on the board, and for this to become a 1-possession game. That 6-0 record, that unblemished record, looks a lot better right now, doesn't it, Matt?
They're putting up a fight to get back in this. What's going through the mind of Mountain Pointe?
Yeah, what are they thinking right now?
I think they need to be a little more humble.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there on the handoff, and it bounced off the running back's hands and right into the hands of none other than senior linebacker Cooper Holman. Big touchdown there for the senior. He's had a good season getting in the backfield at will, pressuring, getting some sacks, and he comes up there with the big senior year touchdown. He's going to remember that one for a while, I think.
Oh, he definitely is, especially in a game this big. The school's going to remember that.
Students there getting nuts. It was 27-7, what feels like 10 minutes ago, and now all of a sudden it's 27-21. Hawks right back in this with a full
It's a completely
19
new
minutes of
game.
football game left.
Completely new game. But don't give up just yet on this Mountain Pointe offense, because all night they've shown us what they can do.
A little correction on that last call. Cooper Holman is not a linebacker. He is a defensive end. And he got in the backfield there with ease for that touchdown.
What looks like another touchback for Austin McNamara.
Wasn't that about 10 seconds ago we were talking about a McNamara touchback?
Yes.
Yeah, feels like blink of an eye, snap of the fingers. But that'll happen. So the second half starts a lot like the first half, except in reverse order. So obviously in the first half, touchdown Mountain Pointe on a long methodical drive, fumble leads to another score. Highland does the exact opposite, and they are back in this game. So it'll be 2nd and 10 here from Mountain Pointe. Facing a 4-3 look from Highland. That's a handoff to the left side, and there's that run game we saw, but a big hit laid by, looks like number 22, and that is none other than Cord Krisman. So that's going to make it 3rd and medium here. Big momentum chance here for Highland. 7 minutes to go in the 3rd. And Wallerstedt gets the outside. He finds the edge, and he's getting the first down. So a big first down for Mountain Pointe to kind of silence the crowd a little bit, get a little bit of momentum back in their favor, and kind of slow down the game a little bit. They were probably a little panicked coming out of that drive, but they were able to get that first down and kind of calm things down.
I think Mountain Pointe was a little shocked at what happened last drive, but that first down was crucial for their energy level to get back downfield.
Absolutely. Sub coming off the field. He gets off in time before the penalty. Shotgun here. They send McKinney in motion. Give the handoff to number 12. That is Eli Sanders. He's got a short gain of about 3. Setting up 2nd, and that's a 4-yard gain. So 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Go back set. Little handoff.
Handoff here. It's McKinney. He's going to be stopped around the 38, 39-yard line.
Looks like a 2-yard gain.
So it's going to make it 3rd and short. They'll call it the 39-yard line, making it 3rd and 3. We're about halfway through the 3rd, and what a 6 minutes it has been for Highland.
Oh, this half already has been a completely different game.
We got that split backfield shotgun look here we saw a lot in the first half with 2 receivers on each side. It's a snap. He's looking, steps up. He's got room to run, finds space in the 2nd level, and he's going to cross midfield. Nice run, heads up play by Wallerstedt to see some space up the middle and get into the 2nd level and get across midfield for a first down.
Great awareness by number 11, Nick Wallstert. He diagnosed that there was no one open.
Absolutely.
Able to use his feet, get downfield, and another first down for Mountain
A
Pointe.
very well-executed blocking scheme on that bubble screen is going to set up Dominique Davis, number 9, for the gain of about 7, making it 2nd and 3 at the Highland 42. Looks like 2nd and 4, excuse me, at the 42-yard line. So Mountain Pointe getting back to that methodical offense when they need it most after giving up a very fast 14 points. Now it's the split backs again. That same set has been working for them all game.
Kinnan in motion.
That's going to be Sanders up the gut. He's going to take it for the first down to the 33-yard line. Mountain Point getting the ball moving once again.
Looking like the tempo they had in the first half.
Absolutely. They're making it happen.
Chunk yards
Cooper
after
Holman on that
another.
tackle. But yeah, it's those run plays. They've been able to find just enough space to get to the second level, get 5-6 yards, and you string those together, and you've got a nice, methodical, time-killing drive. And if you're up 6 mid-third quarter, you want to kill as much time as you can. That clock is your friend. Wallerstedt sees space to the left, evades one tackle, finds a sideline. He's all the way to the 12 or so yard line. Nice awareness again by Wallerstedt. He's diagnosing these plays very well, finding the open space and getting away from the first tackler to maybe get some chunk yardage with his legs when there's nobody open in the second level.
The coverage is good. However, Highland's defense needs to keep an eye on number 11, Nick Wallerstedt. He's quick.
And they're getting the rush. They're just not containing him in the pocket. That's a handoff to McKinney. He's going to get maybe 2 or 3 yards on that carry.
It's almost like they have 3 running backs back there.
In a way, yeah, absolutely. And when you have 3, it's hard to stop one of them, let alone all 3.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Credit to Highland for at least subduing some of the run.
Absolutely.
The fumble was obviously a very key play for the Hawks. As we near the 4-minute mark here in what has been a 10-minute third quarter so far. It's out of the pistol. Here comes Wallerstedt. Hands it off to McKinney. No, he takes it himself. It's a read option. Even faked me out, and he's in the end zone. So Mountain Point responds. Mountain Point with an answer after the quick 14 points from Highland. That's just over a 4-minute drive. Takes off an entire third of the third quarter, and that's going to get the Pride back to a 2-possession lead, and they're going to kick to try to make it 34-21 after what was a 4-minute, 4-second, about 80-some yard possession that ends in a touchdown with a 7-yard run by Nick Wallerstedt. Thoughts?
He's deadly. They need to contain him, find a way to switch it up so that way he's forced to pass the ball.
Right.
As well as forced for the running backs to take over the running job. He's getting the defense on their heels with the fake handoffs, and he's scorching them.
Yeah, he is. I mean, you're saying it absolutely right. He's between those 2 running backs that had so much success in the first half, and as you're saying, that almost second running back now. I mean, you said in the pregame, he's only attempted, just shy of 100 passes in 6 games. And for those who don't feel like doing the math, that is about 16 passes a game. That's not a lot. I mean, for a high school quarterback, that's about average, a little below average, but he's running the ball a lot. His backs are running the ball a lot. And when you have the 3 of them making plays out of this same split backfield shotgun formation, it's very hard to stop. And we're seeing that, case in point, a great Highland defense can seem to do nothing against this rushing offense.
Yeah, man, it's crazy to see, especially when Highland's defense has been so poised throughout the whole year. It's one of their strong suits, especially coming from last season. Their defense has been always a key highlight in their performances, and today they're struggling to keep anyone contained from the backfield for Mountain Point's offense.
Speaking of being contained, Crandall gets to the outside here. Not going to gain him much extra, but he's going to go down around the 25-yard line.
Highland's offense shouldn't be nervous at all, though. They have their weapons. They can go out firing on all cylinders and score again.
Yeah, this is a key possession to respond. When you got back in the game, now you got to stay in the game because if you get stopped here, you risk losing all the momentum that you built up in those first 5-6 minutes of the half.
Absolutely. Right now it's the catch-up game for them. At least a score here and a stop. We haven't seen an efficient stop all night from Highland's defense, and that is definitely what they need.
That's Jaylus Horton there having trouble getting off the field. He's being helped off by 2 of his team's trainers. He's walking off. A little stoppage in play. So 3:42 to go, and it is 34-21 in favor of Mountain Point. As we said in the pregame, Mountain Point coming in 2-3 on the season. They've fell to Pinnacle week 1. Pinnacle, one of the more talented teams in the state. They destroyed Mountain View and Hamilton. Lost in a close one last week, 29-27 to fellow top 5 6A team Queen Creek. Now another top 5 matchup by most respects here against Highland, and they're doing well. They're up 13. Hawks looking to respond here. It's a handoff. That's going to be Cullimore. Sees a little room to the left side, takes it for about 5 yards to the 30-yard line. Originally a run up the gut. He finds space off to the left, and it gains him a few extra yards. Brings us below 3.5 minutes to play.
Mountain Pointe definitely looking as crisp as they're usually known for being on offense and defense. You know, they're a very talented team, especially in recent history. And tonight, they don't even look like a 2-3 team.
They don't. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, they aren't. I mean, there's 3 losses.
Oh,
They're
absolutely.
close ones to good teams, one of which was to an out-of-state opponent. That's a nice run by Caleb Herbert, and it's going to tack on 15, if I'm not mistaken, for what looked like a grab of his face mask. So that's going to move the Hawks up to about probably the midfield area as we cross the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. Another player heading off the field with what looked like he was limping briefly. That's number 55 for Mountain Pointe. That is Isaiah Anderson, one of many offensive and defensive linemen on this team. And the penalties against Highland, surprisingly, going to bring it back to the 25. Must have been a hole. I didn't see the call while I was looking at my roster.
The mobility and elusiveness that you've seen from Mountain Pointe's Nick Walstad is usually what we see from Caleb Herbert.
We saw a little taste of it there.
We saw it,
but
yes,
he hasn't
absolutely.
run much in this game.
And usually every game he's quick on his feet. But this Mountain Pointe defense seems to know how to contain him.
Well, 4-2-5 look from Mountain Pointe. Herbert's going to step up in the pocket. And he's, as you said, going to run. Slides forward after a gain of maybe 2. And that's going to bring up third and looks like 7 or so. They need the 35 to convert. Big third down here. If you go, 3 and out is kind of a dagger here in the heart of everything that Highland had going for them early in the second half. Felt like they were primed to take this one over and get back in it. But the Mountain Pointe, credit to Mountain Pointe, that 4-minute touchdown drive really built up that momentum.
I believe it took away some of Highland's momentum as well.
Right, absolutely. It took away almost all of it, as we're seeing that from the offense.
Absolutely.
There's not much going on here. This is going to be a timing route, and they connect. They were unsuccessful on those timing routes a lot in the first half. That's going to go to Noah Burdick, though, out of the arm of Caleb Herbert for a much-needed first down to the 36-yard line. So under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Highland still trailing by 13. It's first and 10 at the Hawks' 36-yard line. Shotgun formation. Trips to the right, looking like some kind of bubble screen formation. We'll see. It's going to be a handoff. Cullimore takes this one, finds room. He's got the second level. He's got room to go and nothing but field in front of him. He makes a man miss, and he is out of bounds. Touchdown. Connor Cullimore. What a run by the senior.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Finds space up the middle, and he gets into the second level, and a burst of speed gets him to the end zone. And Highland's right back in it. 1:45 to go in the third quarter, and it's going to be Mountain Pointe Pride 34, Highland Hawks potentially 28 after this extra point attempt.
Oh, absolutely. You know what's funny? Right before Connor Cullimore took off, I was about to mention how they need to score again before fourth quarter comes up, because Mountain Pointe is great at taking most of the energy off that clock.
Right.
And Connor Cullimore coming through.
We've got a muffed snap here, and Noah Burdick is just going to spin out of bounds, and that's going to be, well, that was interesting.
That was.
Well, that'll even it back to a 7-point game. I'm sure Mountain Pointe's happy about that. No more 6-point deficit, so now a touchdown and extra point would only tie the game, as opposed to giving the Hawks the lead if they were to get the ball back and have a chance to score. Mountain Pointe will take over now on the next kickoff. But before that, another word to our generous sponsors. First off, Allen Family Medicine. Thank you to Platinum sponsor Greg Allen and Allen Family Medicine for their support when it comes to your family's health. Allen Family Medicine is there for you. Allen Family Medicine. To UCI Realty and Alicia Holman. Thank you to our Platinum sponsor Alicia Holman and UCI Realty for their support. For all of your real estate needs, think of Alicia Holman and UCI Realty. They will help you make a touchdown when buying or selling your home. UCI Realty. Alicia Holman, her son, Connor, with that touchdown early in the third quarter. Cooper, excuse me. Wow, that was a major mistake on my part. Connor Cullimore with the second touchdown. Cooper Holman with the first touchdown.
Austin McNamara.
Austin McNamara's kick will be returned. That's new.
Ugh.
This is McKinney. He gets met hard by what looked to be number 42. And it's going to be Highland ball at the Mountain Pointe ball at about the 20-yard line.
Let's see what changes Highland's defense makes to slow down Nick Wallerstedt.
All right, here comes the Highland defense. Again, that split backfield. Wallerstedt takes the snap. He loses it. He's going to have to run away, and somehow, only in the loss of maybe 1 or 2 on that play, but another botched snap in the backfield. We saw that cost them 7 points earlier. Lucky to keep that one.
Oh, absolutely. You know they were hesitant when the ball slipped up. They maybe had a flashback of what could have possibly happened again.
A new formation here out of the shotgun. It's going to be a pistol look. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Press coverage from the left side corner. Wallerstedt, 3-step drop. Over the middle, it's number 6. We haven't seen him in a while. That is Jathan Washington, and he's going to drop that one. Incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 12. Highland making some noise in the defensive end.
Absolutely.
We have yet to see Highland get a true defensive stop because the only stop was that fumble.
Oh, absolutely.
So a big chance to force a punt here on 3rd and 12.
Way to get pressure in the backfield. I think that's the most pressure 11's faced all night. One of the few 3rd down
Here's the
possessions.
passing look. He finds it's incomplete.
Much needed stop.
No
for
flags, and
Highland's defense.
Highland will force a punt. So a big 3 and out for the Hawks. So under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Now about just shy of 8:55 on the clock. 45 seconds on the game clock. Into punt is the Mountain Pointe punt team. Low snap, he takes it, gets it away barely. That's going to bounce in front of the return man, Crandall, and he gets away from 1 and hit hard at the 39-yard line by number 22 of Mountain Pointe.
You think Highland's figured out the formula of stopping this Mountain Pointe offense and taking control?
Seems to be the case. I mean, it's one stop. You don't want to get ahead of yourself, but that was a big one. Now they got a chance with still just over 15 minutes in this game.
Definitely a helpful stop.
Back within 7. Big chance to make some noise here on this play, on this drive. It's going to be Herbert out of the shotgun. With him in the backfield. With him in the backfield is looking like Cullimore. It's a handoff to, that is Dayton Huffman. He's going to get the edge. Gets outside, finds the sideline, and ripped down by his jersey after a gain of 20 yards to the Mountain Pointe 40. His first major carry we've seen tonight, and it's a big one. A big start to this drive for the Hawks, setting up now inside Mountain Pointe territory at the 40-yard line.
Dayton Huffman is so reliable. You cannot count him out on making big plays like that. He comes through in the clutch, and that was a much-needed conversion to change the tempo going into the 4th quarter.
Absolutely. Herbert and Huffman in the backfield, trips out to the right. Potentially a bubble screen type blocking scheme over there. It's going to be just that, but he instead goes downfield and overthrows number 13, Noah Burdick. So it was set up like a bubble screen, but 2 men went downfield instead, and just a couple yards overthrown by Herbert on that downfield pass to Burdick out of the slot, bringing up 2nd and 10 and the end of the 3rd quarter. So a big third quarter for the Hawks. They outscore Mountain Pointe 20-7. And now it's 34-27 in favor of the Pride as Highland now 15 minutes to try and save that undefeated record at 7-0 if they were to win this game. What's it going to take?
I think it takes what they've been doing, switching it up a little bit on offense, staying poised on defense, as they shown last drive. They just had their biggest and only stop on defense of the night. And I think that 20-yard run by Dayton Huffman is also crucial in moving forward. So we'll see what they pull out of the bag of tricks in this fourth quarter to possibly even take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of time, and they scored 20 points in the third, so there's no reason to believe they can't do something like that in the fourth. We'll see if Mountain Pointe has an answer. But out comes the Highland offense. They switch sides. They'll take over on the Mountain Pointe 40 on the right side of your screen. Well, just off the right side of your screen. There it is. Shotgun here, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a tight end on the line of scrimmage. Noah Burdick, Tanner Crandall coming in motion into the left side slot. Herbert the snap, hands off to Cullimore. He's met at the line, and he's not taken down just yet. Instead, he goes a little further backward, and a gang's tackle for loss by Mountain Pointe. We'll see where they mark that. They'll mark him forward progress at the 44. That's a loss of 4, bringing up 3rd and long. That's a big loss of yardage, setting up 3rd and long.
Absolutely. Right here, I think you go to the tight end, number 87, Kyle Hester, right down the middle, punch him in the gut. You know, give this offense some momentum again, because that defensive play by Mountain Pointe, it hurts. But Highland knows what they're capable of, and they're not hesitant to show it.
Right. So shotgun look here again. 1 tight end, 2 receivers on the right, 1 to the left. Burdick's in motion. The snap. He's got a 1 coming off the right. He gets it away to Cullimore out of the backfield, but he's nowhere near the first down. He trucks his way to the 38 or so, but that's going to be about 8 yards shy of the first down, and that will bring up 4th. Will they have Austin McNamara kick what would be at least a 50, 55-yarder, or will they go for it in this kind of no man's land between the 30 and 40-yard line where you see a lot of teams in high school and college level go for it? Austin McNamara, though, does have the leg for what would be about a 54-yarder, and they're going to send out McNamara. We'll see if it's for a field goal or a punt attempt. Looking like he's setting up in field goal territory. A timeout on the field with 11:05 to play in the fourth quarter. 34-27 still the score. Shout out to 2 more of our sponsors, Deseret Family Medicine. Thank you to our platinum sponsor, Dr. Bob Allen and Deseret Family Medicine, for their support, taking care of your family's healthcare needs. And thank you to our platinum sponsor, Epic Systems. Epic Systems is a proud supporter of the Highland Hawks. See Epic Systems for all your automation, home theater, and audio-video needs. Visit them at www.epicavaz.com. That's www.epicavaz.com. Make your business or home system an Epic system.
Okay, Coach Jeff, you're in this situation. What do you do?
4th and 7 at the 37. Down by 7. Austin McNamara is good. I'm trusting him. He's a senior. I'm trusting him for this kick.
He definitely has the talent.
And it looks like they're going to let him punt.
Punt it. Okay.
This seems like the kind of if you're not going to get the field goal, I say go for it. But trust Brock Farrell. Try to pin them here, win the field position game. Or who knows, maybe there's a fake up their sleeve from 7 yards out.
In a big game like this, don't be surprised if some little trickery happens.
Number 16, Diamante Landrum coming off the field for Mountain Pointe. Walking off under his own power after being down.
A great opportunity for
And we're
Austin
back.
McNamara to show off his punting ability.
They set up their punt formation. Here's the snap, and it is a punt. High. That's going to be drop around the 5 and into the end. Oh! No, it's called a touchback. It crossed the line, and they will call it a touchback for Mountain Pointe. So Mountain Pointe ball at the 20. Austin McNamara's 7th touchback of the game between kickoff and punts. So now with 10:43 to go, it is still Mountain Pointe 34, Highland 27. Matt, your first time here in the booth with us, filling in for our good friend Jordan Lank. How are you feeling today?
I feel great. This is an awesome opportunity, a great opportunity to be a part of this program. Shout out Alicia Holman as well as Bella Cisneros for giving me the opportunity to be here and call such great games
Absolutely.
that we've witnessed tonight.
Highland here with a 4-2-5 look. It's a run play up the left, between the left guard and the center, and it's going to go for maybe a yard for McKinney. Now, if you're Mountain Point, you're playing the clock. 10.5 minutes to go. You are playing against the clock.
As we've seen, they're very good at that.
Yes, you want to take seconds off the clock. That's going to mean letting the entire play clock draw. We'll see if they can keep doing that. You got to get first downs, though. You got to stay in a possession.
This crowd's getting loud.
That's going to be a run into the second level, just shy of the first down.
Gain of about 7. Mountain Point getting those chuck yards that they've been producing all night to keep the clock running. This fourth quarter is very important that you play situational football and adjust accordingly.
Definitely. Little energy there coming from the sousaphones, a.k.a. tubas. Playing that fun music for the student section. McKinney runs for the first down, just across the 30. Thank you.
As the clock continues to run, Mountain Point setting up.
So
First
it's
down
a
and 10.
pistol look here with 9:24 to go. Wallerstedt fakes
Play
the handoff.
action.
He's got 22 open in the right side flat. Gets hit hard. A nice tackle
What a
in open
tackle.
field by Dayton Huffman. That'll make it second and about 7 at the 35, 34. More clock continuing to roll off for Mountain Point. I mean, in theory, if you can put together a long drive, even if you don't score, you can get this clock down to 5-6 minutes easy. If you're really
absolutely.
draining it. Shotgun here for Wallerstedt. Blitz comes off the left edge. Wallerstedt goes to the middle, and a big
Another
hit
big
laid
hit.
by number 47, Griffin Nielsen. He's had some nice plays today. He gets out the middle and stuffs Wallerstedt after a gain of about 3, making it 3rd and 4, a big 3rd and 4 at the 37 of Mountain Point.
This crowd is hype.
3-3-5 look from Highland. Pistol look from Mountain Point. Loose coverage on the slot receiver of 3rd and 4.
Drops back.
No play action. Quick pass to the flat. That's caught by Jathan Washington. He's got room to run down the sideline, and he's going to skip out of bounds just shy of midfield and stop the clock at the 50-yard line.
As you can see, the third and the flat zone coverage assignments are falling deep, and that's drawing for those shallow out routes for those big chunk yards.
Yep.
And that continues to run the clock.
Absolutely.
And Highland, luckily he ran out of bounds,
Yeah,
but they need to be prepared to possibly utilize those timeouts.
definitely. McKinney goes to the middle. He's going to keep the clock rolling and gain about 7 yards to the Highland 44. And they effectively get into Hawks territory once again. That's been pretty common for the Mountain Point offense. Getting up slowly there. Looks like that is Connor Cullimore, a linebacker. Goes both ways, offense and defense. Second and 4 here for Mountain Point. Wallerstedt, he's got a pistol look here with one back behind him and one to his right. The snap. Give to Sanders at the middle. He's got the first down. Looks like he actually might be just shy. He's right around the 40. We'll see if they give it to him. They will give him it to him. They'll move the chains, stopping the clock with 7:20 to go. This drive has already lasted almost 5 minutes.
Wow.
And Mountain Point now setting up at the 40-yard line with a first down. So you're looking like still the 2 backs.
How would you
one back.
How do you bring more pressure if you're on the Highlands defensive side?
Maybe with linebackers, because they're using the outside of the field, but you can cover with corners and safeties. Maybe bring a middle linebacker up the middle and try to get some pressure.
Absolutely. You drop the safety, so you have an extra linebacker going in on that pressure.
Right, big gang
Good stop
tackle
right
there.
there.
Sanders goes down after no gain, bringing up 2nd and 10. That'll keep the clock rolling. Bring us to about 6.5 minutes to go before they're required to call another play.
It's like McKinney's coming back in
McKinney back in the game,
for Eli Sanders.
coming in for Sanders. And now also coming into the game is number 24, Nate Gomez, at wide receiver, taking out tight end Jarek Dixon. 5 wide receiver set, empty back. We haven't seen that in quite a while from Mountain Pointe. 2nd and 10. Press coverage in the corners. Wallerstedt stepping up. 1 tackle is missed, and he's going to get all the way to the 31-yard line, goes down just shy of the first. It's going to bring up 3rd and maybe inches.
I think that may be
Griffin
another
Nielsen with
first
another
down.
tackle.
Oh, just shy.
Shotgun look here again from Wallerstedt. Look into the sideline for the call on 3rd and short. We're now under 6 minutes to play here in Gilbert. 34-17 Mountain Pointe. The Pride trying to kill this clock as much as they can and ice it with a score. And that's going to be McKinney right up the gut for the first down. Clock will stop briefly, but then continue running once they get reset with the chains. And that's going to get inside the 30. So now you're looking at field goal range. And if you're Highland, you got to hope for either a missed field goal or some kind of turnover, because the 3 points here pretty much ices it for Mountain Pointe.
Absolutely.
Because when you're able to kill 6 minutes off that clock, get within 5.5 to go, a two possession game is out of reach.
Out of reach. Most definitely. But
McKinney up the middle goes for maybe 2 or 3 off the right side. That's going to be a gain of looking like actually 1, which will set up 2nd and 9. 2nd and 8, excuse me, at the 29-yard line. As we cross the 5-minute mark here at Highland.
it's almost a scary thought to bring more pressure, because although they haven't utilized the receivers as much tonight, you know it can be a threat as well.
Right. Pistol look here. McKinney again up the gut. Finds a seam into the second level, taken down by a linebacker, and that is Connor Cullimore. He gets up slowly. First down for the Mountain Pointe Pride as we get the 4:45 mark. So clock slowly but surely ticking away. Highland needing some kind of break here, whether it's a pick, a fumble, a missed field goal, something. But a touchdown will definitely ice this one, you have to think, as we near the 4-minute mark. A reminder of what's at stake. Highland playing for a 7-0 start, playing to keep its undefeated record alive. Mountain Pointe trying to get back to 500. Highland trying to avenge last year's playoff loss, 43-7 in the second round against Mountain Pointe at Mountain Pointe. That run up the middle goes to McKinney, and it's going to set up the Pride of 2nd and about 8. Tackled by Cooper Holman at the end of that play around the 17-yard line. We now hit the 4-minute mark as Mountain Pointe sets up for 2nd down.
Mountain Pointe very mindful of what Highland's capable of, so they're staying very humble.
Slip back over the middle. We saw this play earlier, and it's successful for a game-icing touchdown. Dominique Davis off the left side. We saw him make that play earlier. Play action, get Davis open off of the left hash. He does it there. Last time it was called for a flag. No touchdown. Now it's successful, and it's going to give Mountain Pointe a 2-possession lead with just under 4 minutes to go, and it's going to take some serious big plays from Highland to have any shot at forcing overtime or winning this game.
As I was speaking of a minute ago, they brought more pressure. They brought Cullimore down on a blitz, and they recognized that the safety was missing, and it was that one-on-one matchup with the corner, and they were able to score again.
That bad snap is somehow kicked through the uprights, and it's going to make it 41-27 in favor of the Pride, so not looking good for Highland to keep this undefeated season alive. 41 for Mountain Pointe, 27 for the Hawks. 3:48 on the clock. We'll let the Hawks offense take over. One more shout out to 2 of our platinum sponsors. For Deseret Family Medicine, thank you to our platinum sponsor, Dr. Bob and Allen and Deseret Family Medicine, for their support, taking care of your family's healthcare needs. And once again to Epic Systems. Thank you to our platinum sponsor, Epic Systems. Epic Systems is a proud sponsor of the Highland Hawks. See Epic Systems for all your automation, home theater, and audio-video needs. Visit them at www.epicavaz.com. Make your business or home system an Epic system. Ben Abercrombie preparing for a kickoff, what will likely be his last of the game after a nearly 8-minute drive for Mountain Pointe ends in a touchdown and a relatively game-icing touchdown. Not definitely, but looks good. Looks like it could very well put this one on ice. Another high kick will be taken around the 20-yard line by what looks like that's going to be Crandall.
Tyler Crandall up the middle.
And he's going to get to the 35-yard line. So Highland ball at the 35 with 3:42 to play. So even with an extended halftime for some ceremonies for, as we said earlier, Marquise Cooper, former Highland Hawk, this has been a relatively quick game. It's 3 minutes, just over 3:40 to go. It's 9:11 on the clock. And we've had some much longer games in this Highland booth, so this has been a relatively seamless game as far as the timing is concerned. Herbert out of the backfield, bubble screen. He finds a man. There's some confusion there on the right side between the blockers.
Runs up into some of the blockers.
That ball, I think it came free. And Mountain Pointe takes over.
Wow.
That should pretty much seal this one. Ball came loose on a strip. Mountain Pointe recovers at the 25, and that's pretty much going to do it. 3.5 minutes to play. Mountain Pointe takes over at the Highland. Should be around the 35-yard line. A flag is thrown for probably some kind of excessive celebration on the Mountain Pointe bench. That's not going to negate the fumble, but it will take them back a little further. And honestly, that just gives them more field with which to kill the clock.
Yeah.
So 3:30 to go. And got to be honest, outside of those 6 minutes to start the third quarter, Highland has struggled for the bulk of this game. I mean, we saw that burst in the third, at the beginning of the third where they found momentum. But Mountain Pointe answered, and they've really shut down Highland since. Impressive by the Pride.
Even after that mistake that Mountain Pointe had at the beginning of the third, they really controlled themselves, stayed on top of the fundamentals, and making sure they don't create another mishap for the possibility of Highland Hawks to come back into this game.
Yeah, I'd imagine they'll just go with the ground here, methodically kill this clock. Highland does have 3 timeouts. I don't know if there's much use in burning them at this point. Pistol look here from Wallerstedt.
Mountain Pointe still, I believe, they're not going to let their foot off the gas because they do know what Highland's capable of.
Right, timeout by the Hawks there.
They cannot take them lackadaisically.
Right. Someone's hurt down on the field. Hard to get a read
like
on
number
the
60.
Number 60, and that is offensive lineman Stephen Williams. He's laying on his back, being treated by trainers. That'll stop the clock.
So after this game tonight, what does Highland need to do to adjust to the things they maybe messed up on or were slow in that they're usually fast at, with the possibility of even meeting Mountain Pointe again in the playoffs like they did last year?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've seen defensively is making good on first contact. You know, they've had a lot of first hits, first contact to the running backs that have gone unsuccessful, and that's allowed them to get into the second level and get 5-10 yards of play. I think that's the biggest weakness tonight that's allowed Mountain Pointe those methodical drives. But yeah, I mean, offensively, I don't think there have been major problems offensively. I think there's been some inabilities to really develop the ground game, but credit Mountain Pointe on that one. I mean, what would you say?
I would say they switch up the defensive formation, bring a little more pressure. Obviously, Mountain Pointe can attack different pressures from either side. On the feet with their quarterback, either with his arm too. Their running backs, multiple are able to produce. So I think if Highland were to switch up to a 5-2, that may throw off Mountain Pointe's offense a little bit. But you never know in high school.
Right, that makes sense for sure. So we're almost about to be back with the remaining 3:20 of this game. Again, Mountain Pointe with a 41-27 lead, bringing the offense back out, trying to kill what's left of this clock. Highland with those 2 timeouts left. Although with the injury timeout, they may still have 3. The scoreboard is reading 3.
Clock will run.
Shotgun look here. I'd imagine it's a run play on 2nd and 4. And that it is. Handoff to Sanders. He's got an easy first down and more into second level to the 31-yard line.
Wow. The speed at which they climb to the second level, that O-line gets to their blocks and cut off key tacklers for them to get more space into the open field.
Highland not using its timeouts. Just letting this one salt away. Wallerstedt, shotgun with Sanders to his right. Letting that play clock run down. There's 10 seconds left on it as we near the 2.5-minute mark in the game. Here's the snap. Hand off to Sanders. He's got the same exact run play, a little stretch play to the left side off the left guard, and he's going to have another 15-yard gain, 15-plus yard gain to the 15-yard line. And that's going to get him inside the red zone. The clock will stop for the first down, but there's a penalty, and it looks like a holding penalty. It's going to bring it back. Wallerstedt seemed to know it was going to be a penalty, and it was a hold. So that'll bring it back to the Highland 40 or so. Looks like it's the 40 on the dot. And a timeout on the field by Highland. So 2:26 to go. Shout out to some of our sponsors for feeding our varsity players. BJ's Brewhouse, Oregano's, Native Grill, Venezia's Pizza, Texas Roadhouse, Rosati's Pizza, Raising Cane's, Salerno's, and Rudy's Barbecue. Our tasty sponsors.
Speaking of good food, I'm thinking of those buns at Texas Roadhouse.
Yes.
I kind of get full before my food even comes out.
Oh, that's always the best sign of a good restaurant. You know, chips at Chili's, the pumpernickel bread at Outback Steakhouse. Oh, our producer Bella is
mouth-watering.
She knows what I'm talking about. So it'll be 1st and 20 at the 40-yard line. 1st and 19 at the 40-yard line. Guess that was a spot foul on that hold. 2:26 to play.
Expect them to go to number 12 again.
Shotgun here for Wallerstedt. He jumps them offside, and a flag is called for a neutral zone infraction.
A sign that maybe the Highlands defense has been tired for a little while.
Yeah, definitely. They've certainly been on the field a lot more than the Mountain Pointe defense.
Absolutely. I feel like we haven't seen much of Highlands offense.
We haven't. We've seen 5, 6, 7 minutes a pop at Mountain Pointe, and then a couple. We had one long drive from Highland, and that's pretty much it. A bubble screen here, a pass play to number 10 is Amen Williams, and he's going to get to the 31. The clock will keep rolling. It's going to be 2nd and about 10. And referees stopping the clock for a Highland timeout. 2:14 to play.
Crazy to think that Ryan Fitzmagic came to this high school, isn't it?
Pretty wild. He's having a great season. I mean, he struggled against the Steelers, 3 picks. But, I mean, those first 2 games were explosive.
He definitely struggled in that first quarter. However, it seemed as if he was starting to heat up again.
Yeah, he found that
in
rhythm.
That second half.
Too little too late. But,
absolutely.
Took that loss.
And what matters in the end is the W.
Out here in Arizona, are you excited for Josh Rosen?
I am. I'm excited to see what he can do, see him start, but I'm more excited to see Baker Mayfield start.
Yes.
Being a Pittsburgh fan, it's kind of scary to see Cleveland getting back up in the ranks.
I know, it's fun.
It's kind of new, and I kind of like it.
Me too.
And I want Baker to succeed.
For sure. Shotgun here, Wallerstedt, handoff. That's going to be Sanders, and he's going to get maybe 3 or 4 yards, bringing up 3rd and medium. And looking like another Highland timeout. That is the case. And I don't even know if the clock started on that play. It still says 2:14. That's confusing. But that is Highland's either 2nd or 3rd timeout. The scoreboard is Seems that the referee is confused with the scoreboard. Clock actually reset to 2:15.
Highland will not go out without a fight. Even with the game staying out of reach, they're going to work their butts off to show their crowd that they're still the hard workers that they are.
Definitely.
And this crowd is there to stick behind them.
Absolutely. Big
Still
third
chance.
down here. Highland looking for a stop with 2:15 to go. 3rd and 6 at the 28-yard line. Wallerstedt in shotgun. And there's going to be a false start penalty. That'll make it 3rd and 11 at the 33.
It's weird
A lot of
seeing all
penalty-
these late penalties.
Yeah, a lot of penalties kind of stalling this last 3.5 minutes.
Another run to Eli Sanders. Keep the clock rolling. Brings up 4th down.
So that's going to bring up 4th. The offense still on the field with now 2:01 to play, 2 minutes on the clock. Highland has not used its timeout. Mountain Pointe letting that clock run down as far as they can. They can get it to about... The play clock is not running. And now a timeout is called on the field with 1:33 to play, 1:30 to play. Clock's still running. There's some confusion with the clock.
Some tension.
A lot more frustration with the clock than you would think with a game that's pretty much
Out of
settled
reach.
at this point.
Absolutely.
With 14 points to overcome in a minute 36.
You almost understand the tension because from this season you've seen so much success from this Highland team. However,
Sure.
the team, they know how to bounce back. They know how to come back from this. As well as Mountain Pointe, they know how to move on and continue to produce. The crowd's still
130
behind the team.
1:36 to play. Shotgun, 2 receivers on each side. 4th and 9 at the 30. Wallerstedt looking, firing deep, has a man. The defender tripped and it's a touchdown.
Another touchdown.
So a little a coverage lapse there by the safety. Looked like it was Cullimore. And that's a touchdown to Jathan Washington. He's been used a lot of the slot today. And that's going to put this one firmly on ice. 4th down touchdown with a minute and a half to go. And Mountain Pointe now with a 3-possession lead in the waning minutes of tonight's game. That's going to seal it for sure.
So they don't punt it or go for it, but they do go for it and score. What do you think of that? Is that a statement play? Is that if you meet us again in the playoffs, be prepared? What do you think of that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think he got open and they had him. I don't think there's any problem throwing that pass. I wouldn't see that as running up the score or anything. It's just he's open. Why not throw that ball?
Definitely.
48-27 after they made extra point. 1:29 to go. So
Highland's defense looking a little gassed. Maybe time to get some of the younger guys in there to get experience against a team like this in preparation for the weeks to come, as well as, a little experience as well.
yeah, we'll likely see a little bit of everything here, just letting this clock salt away.
21-point lead for Mountain Pointe against the Highland Hawks in the 4th quarter with a minute and a half to go. 4th quarter seemed to be stretched out just a little longer because of penalties and some timeouts used by Highland. However, we will see what Highland will do to close this game out and try and leave with a little bit of a statement.
And a high kick here, very short. a whistle on the field, something, a flag. And it's an offside penalty on the kicking team. That's going to bring them back 5 yards to the 35-yard line. Not something you see every day.
Starting to get a little chillier out with the wind, but
Yeah, it's nice. As a Northeasterner, I welcome it.
this heat, it's getting crazy. Tired of sweating walking to class.
Yeah, no kidding. I have an 8-block walk to my classes, and I feel it for sure.
Yeah, even on the West Campus over there.
Yeah. Short little squib kick is
And
recovered by Mountain Point.
Or Mountain Point, I'm sorry.
That's one way to do that. And now at this point, look for a couple of knees. That's it. So a surprising short squib kick recovered by the Pride. And they'll set up a 1st and 10 at the Highland 37.
That high kick from Mountain Point's got them some positive results.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about kickoffs is if you can get it high enough, you get let your guys run under it, they can make a play.
Highland also being known for getting some good yardage.
Victory
in the
formation here for the Pride with a minute 25 to go. Wallerstedt takes a snap, takes the knee. They'll have to run a couple more of those because play clock is at 25. Victory formation once again. Under a minute to play.
Highland stands quiet. First time you've
Takes
seen
that
this year.
So Highland officially takes its first loss. Now it's a gut check. It's a reality check. They got 3 games to go. But this is still a talented football team, and I think there's still plenty of time left to right this loss in these remaining 3 weeks.
Definitely a learning experience for the next 4 games to come for Highland. Most likely feels good for Mountain Point to get their record
Definitely.
even.
And that'll do it. The clock runs off. 10 seconds over there on the game clock as we saw this one away. It is 9:30 here in Arizona, a 2.5-hour football game. Final score, Mountain Point Pride 48, Highland Hawks fall to 6-1 after scoring 27. Highland. So now we're going to toss it over to our producer Bella with some sponsors, and we're going to head up to the top of the press box for a little post-game show. We'll see you later.
We would like to say thank you to our sponsors, Allen Family Medicine. Thank you to our platinum sponsor, Greg Allen, and Allen Family Medicine for their support. When it comes to your family's health, Allen Family Medicine is there for you. UCI Realty and Alicia Holman. Thank you to our platinum sponsor, Alicia Holman and UCI Realty for their support. For all your real estate needs, think of Alicia Holman and UCI Realty. They will help you make a touchdown when buying or selling your home. Deseret Family Medicine. Thank you to our platinum sponsor, Dr. Bob Allen and Deseret Family Medicine for their support, taking care of your family's health care needs. Epic Systems, thank you to our platinum sponsor, Epic System, is Platinum sponsor Epic System is a proud sponsor of Highland Hawks. See Epic Systems for all your automation, home theater, and audio video needs. Visit them at www.epicavaz.com. Make your business or home system an Epic System. And now we will go to our anchors up on the press box for our post-game show.
And we're back here on the top of the press box, the beautiful view here at Highland High School. Tough loss tonight for the Hawks. They fall to 6-1 after losing 48-27 Mountain Pointe. What were the keys for you?
The keys to me, it seemed as if the defense had trouble stopping Mountain Pointe's offense all night. You know, I think they have a lot to pick up from this, though. I don't think they need to be too hard on themselves. However, they need to watch film, see what they can change up, prepare for next week, see what they can do efficiently to fix up the little errors they made tonight, so that way the rest of the 4 weeks, or 5, including bye week, that they can start off strong for playoff time.
Yeah, so the Hawks have 3 games left. This was arguably their toughest remaining opponent on the schedule. They'll have 2 road games upcoming. They'll head to Corona del Sol and Queen Creek, another tough opponent, and then close out at the end of the season in the final home game, the only remaining home game, against Desert Ridge on October 26th. 3 games left. I mean, there's a lot left in terms of playoff positioning, but they're 1 win away from last year's season total of 7. 7-3 was their record a year ago. And 3 games left, 3 potentially winnable games. I mean, what are you seeing as some of the keys going forward, kind of fixes from this game to get, you know, those wins in the remaining contests?
To fix from this game, I believe, offensively, you know, they need to have more time on the clock for their offense and execute what Mountain Pointe executed well. Time of possession. The more time they have the ball in their hands, the more they can score offensively, and the more pressure they bring to Queen Creek, you know, the better, because as you recall, Queen Creek did beat Mountain Pointe.
They did, 29-27.
So if they can analyze what they can do to come out on top in that game and the remaining 3 that they have on this season, I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah, definitely. Now, obviously, it's tough to draw positives from a 48-27 loss. I mean, I've got my own names in mind, but who to you were some of the bright spots tonight for Highland? Some of the guys who showed some impressive plays, impressive whatever throughout the game that you stuck out to you?
So, honestly, as you said, more people are going to realize the negatives than the positives in everything you do in life. However, you know, I think Connor Collamore
definitely
absolutely produced like he normally does.
On both sides of the ball.
On both sides of the ball. However, you know, I think the defense, you know, offense, they held their own. They did what they could when given the chance. The defense does need to step up, though, and, you know, capitalize on what they can fix. That way they can, you know, hold other opponents back more than how they did against Mountain Pointe tonight.
Definitely. Well, it's been a nice night. Beautiful weather here in Gilbert, Arizona. Again, Highland falling by a final score of 48-20. Their first loss. They'll be back in action next week with another great opponent at Corona del Sol. So for Matt Tydinko, his first time with us in the booth.
I thank you for allowing me to do this with you tonight.
Absolutely did a great job. I'm Jeff Griffith. We'll catch you guys next Friday night.